Hi. This video is just to go over illustrative math and how to use it, and how also to use a different teacher named James Dougherty, who has created like a more manageable um, website and also a Google Doc. And it's really an Excel spreadsheet to find everything because the website is not that easy. All right. So, for if you want to go to illustrative math, my advice is to do im.handlehunt.com. Now, this is if you've never used it before, because I would save each of them, under out, rather than going to this opening page every time. But I just want to show you how to get it. So if you go to imkendallhunt.com, you can get all of the um, grade levels for. Oh, this is annoying. Sorry. My computer not liking me. Okay, all of the grade levels. See, they have K through 5, they have 6 through 8, and then they have the high school courses. I'm going to focus mostly on the high school courses, specifically algebra. So if you go to launch curriculum and then you scroll down, and this is for teachers, right? Now, here are all the units available for Algebra 1. Um, I think my advice is to start with unit 2, skip 3, and then do the rest of them, and then at the end, when you're preparing for Regents, either, go back and do 1 and 3, or just do the things they need to know from units 1 and 3 that are on the Regents, like two-way tables, correlation coefficients. That has been a correlation coefficient has been a question on the last 3 Regents. Okay, so this is the whole unit. Okay, now if you wanted to, the only thing that I use this page for, really, because I mostly use the James Dougherty, is to download all of the cumulative practice problems at once. So let's say I'm going to be doing unit 4. I will download from here. Well, so here are all the units 4. Sorry. Here are all the unit 4 assignments, right? There's 18 of them. If you go to assessments, you can find a pre, a middle of the unit, and an end of the unit test with answer keys. But here, if you go to resources, this will give you all the teacher guide for the unit, the assessments for the unit at a glance, all of these PowerPoints, lesson plans. But I use the James Dougherty page because it's just more accessible to me and just easier. But what I do use from here is I take the cumulative practice problem. So if I go to the PDF, it will download all of the cumulative practice problems. I'm not going to download them because I've already downloaded them, but you hit save and then all of the units are there. And then once, how I assign a assignment is I'll take one of them. I already did it because this is like my 14th time trying to make this video. Anyway, I will take one of them. Here's Algebra 1, Unit 4, Lesson 1, right? It's in that file folder of algebra, and I will add it and make a copy so the student can use Kami. I also there are this lady right here. Whoops. She makes YouTube videos for every cumulative practice problem. Her name is Brett Dwyer. And then I also attach the answer key for myself because the student doesn't have access. So they'll open this and they'll just ask them to sign in, but I can find the answer key to the practice problem while we're doing it. I tend to actually print them and write them out, and I figure I'll just save them for anytime I teach algebra in the future. But here is the answer key. Here, I'll show you. Here is the answer key to Algebra 1, Unit 4, Lesson 1. And the way you get that, here, let's go back to just Algebra 1, just so you can navigate it. So if you're on Algebra 1, right, and then you're on, choose Unit 4, and then here are all the lessons, right? And if you go to lessons and you hit practice, Here is the answer key for the cumulative practice problems. Okay. Everything else, well, actually, everything I'm showing you is on the James Doherty page, which I will get to. And here is another, here are the like classwork, which is also on the James Doherty page. So now I'm going to show you how to get the James Doherty page. So if you go on to the Google, I mean, the best way is to like email myself or Lily or Kat and ask for the James Doherty Excel spreadsheet. It's much faster. But the way to find it on that I can find right now is on the K to 12 math Google Classroom that they've created. Go to classwork, go to Algebra 1 curriculum, scroll down to here, where it says illustrative math, and it's in this curriculum deep dive. And here, this is, oh, no, I keep saying that it's here, James Doherty. It's on this sheet. I can't find a direct link to it, or I would tell you how to find the direct link to it. Okay, when it loads, okay, I don't know what just happened. Okay, so here on the bottom, you can see all the units. If you go to unit 4, functions, of course it's not working. I think I have another one open. Okay, here we go. So here are all the things. See all these teachers up here looking at this thing, although they could all be me. Here are all the things he have. So here is unit 4, lesson 1. So that's what I just posted to my students page. Here is a lesson plan. Here is the worksheets for the classwork. Here is, if you didn't want to download them all, here is the cumulative practice questions that the student will do that I just added to the Google Classroom. Another thing that is great is he has all Google Slides attached to this lesson. And really, basically anything you could ever want is on this page. Um, Another thing that I think is great for the classwork, the student task statement. So the way this workbook is like the task statements are supposed to be the workbook, and then the cumulative practice problems is probably the homework, like if you were in a classroom. But here on this Desmos is he has videos for so you would have to make a Desmos classroom, and then you could assign right to the Google Classroom. And these are videos where he goes through, here is the page, here is the, um, you know, problem. And then he goes through, here's a 44-second video of him going through how to do the work for the problem. So that could be your lesson. Um, it's just, he has an amazing amount of stuff on here. Um, And with Desmos, which is great, is that it'll tell the student if they're right or wrong for most of the answers. I don't. Okay, I'm not going to do it right now because, but it does tell you. It'll give like a little fire symbol if you got it right. So that is for high school, for algebra. I don't know if he has one for geometry or algebra 2, but he does have it for algebra, and he has it for the younger grades, which is easier to find. It is jimdougherty.com, I think. Let me see. I'm going to write it in. jimdougherty.com. Okay, so here are the spreadsheets for each unit in grade 6. Right, so it's a little different. It's not a spreadsheet, I guess. But here's the lesson plan, the slides, the student task for Desmos, the cool down, cumulative practice problems, an aligned video, and Khan Academy lessons. So first, that's for 6th grade. So for the middle school, it's easier to find his resources. For high school, you just have to find it either from the Google Classroom or ask for that spreadsheet. And then from then on, you just favorite it and use it all the time. All right. Another thing that is cool to do that I just learned is you can use IXL for illustrative math. Let me show you how to do that. Um, and it aligns to each page. Hold on, let me. Oh, I got to stay in the call because I'm talking too long. Okay, so for I lost it. Where's IXL? All right, I'm just going to do it again. For IXL, you go into you go to textbooks. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, you go to learning. You go to learning. You go to textbooks. And then you find illustrative math. So here's K to 12. So let's say I'm doing it has all of them, right? I'm going to do algebra 1 and I want to focus on unit 4, lesson 1, right, which is right here. I did so there's 3 things: identify independent dependent variables, identify functions. So let's say I want to assign that to my student. Of course, you have to have both of your student both. I have both of my algebra students. You have to have your students signed up for IXL, and you contact Tarazukas for this, and then you can share the skill right to the Google Classroom. Okay, and then you're just making a create assignment. All right, and that has all the problems just for that lesson 4, unit 1. So that's a great thing to use. Another thing I learned is Edpuzzle has videos for, rather than searching for the videos, although I think James Doherty has them posted. You could do illustrative math algebra 1 unit 4. And well, oh, Mr. Morgan's Math Help, he also has great videos. So I either use this lady, Brett Dwyer, or Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan I use for middle school, and she I use for high school. I don't really know why. I think I couldn't find his videos for high school originally. Here we go. Open up resources. This is where there's a video where you could play the video and it will kind of go over like the basic lessons of it, and then your student can answer questions on it. So just another thought on what to use for it. All right, so let's go over real quick the few things that I told you. There's IXL for each work. Each you go to learning, you go to text, you go to learning, you go to textbooks, and then you find IXL, for whatever grade level you have, and you can give worksheets that way. If you're on Kendall Hunt, I'm just going to go on this way because if you're on Kendall Hunt and you want the answer key for Algebra 1, I'm just going to keep focusing on Algebra 1, Unit 4, Lesson 1. You go to the practice, and that's the answer key to the cumulative practice problems. I think that's why I do the cumulative practice problems, because know how to find the answer sheet fairly easily. And if you go to preparation, here are sometimes there's videos, but usually there's Google Slides, because there's not videos for every single one. So let's just try lesson 9 and go to preparation. And yeah, no videos. There's definitely videos, but they're not for every one. That would probably be if I go to Algebra 1, Unit 4, and then go to resources. So this is the whole unit. And go to resources. Let's see. All right. I don't know where the videos are, but the videos are definitely on Edpuzzle. So, and I think the James Doherty has it too. Okay. So that's about it. It's the website is not easy to find, and then there are also multiple websites that have illustrative math, and I think that's why we keep getting lost in it. So that's why I just have chosen to pick the Kendall Hunt one and the James Doherty. because there's a ton of stuff. Almost as like with most things now, too much stuff. But the James Dougherty page gives you the ability to there's other ones, there's Assessments GeoGebra, they're all online, assignments that the student can do. So the ones that I like the best from him is this with the videos where he shows them how to do it, and then you can assign the cumulative practice problems this way instead, which I showed. Um, but really, you can do it the other way of posting it and then answering it as a Cami. I hope this helped and didn't confuse you more. But the main takeaway is James Dougherty or Jim Dougherty or whoever he is fantastic. This has everything you could have. Here's something else. See, I keep discovering new things. Okay, here are self-correcting student task statements. So let's see here. I'll just show you. Let's say I'm just going to choose. I'm not even. Let's select all that apply. It's going to tell me if I got it right or wrong because I didn't even look at it. No, it's not telling me if I'm right or wrong. But they do normally. I don't know why it's not right now. Uh, okay, but it's all the problems right here. So it's something you could just work on together. And you can, you go to assign and you go to post it on the Google Classroom. I forget how to make a class, but I don't think it's that hard. Um, and and you just connect your Google Classroom to it. So that's it. I am Kendall Hunt for to find stuff for every grade level. And this is where you find the answer key, right? So let's say I'm doing it should be the same for all of them. So if I want to find here's grade 6, I go to teacher and it's the same, right? Here's all the units. If I want the answer key for lesson 2, I open it up and I go to practice and here's the answer key. Solution A, C, D. Right? So it's grade 6, unit 2, lesson 2. Here's grade 6, unit 2, lesson 11. Right? So I could find stuff for preparation under here. And if I want the answer key, I hit practice. Okay. And then here is the student lesson, right? Here is, this is not as good. Like I prefer getting the worksheets. That's why I go to get the worksheets. I usually just start with the unit, right? And then I go to, 6th grade might be different. I guess 6th grade is different because I'm not finding what I do for high school. But yeah, and I'm not teaching middle school at the moment. But hopefully this is helpful and good luck.